Hello guys and good evening, and here I am, Bunny Pradanovic, back at the same corner where I like to do my sit down videos. Do you like this girl behind me? I think she's totally cool. Thumbs up the video if you like her. The painting of her anyway. You don't like her directly. No one wants to be with her, I'm pretty sure. Anyway. Okay, it's Bunny here and cold evening in Perth as we're getting closer towards the end of July. I have to show you my cool earrings. They're here. Nail polish earrings. Anyway, what I want to talk to you about today is I have been following the news today, tonight, and just stories from landlords. Something crashed downstairs, never mind. I have been following stories from landlords, tenants, complaints, this and that. I've done a lot of research in this area. I want to tell you about, I live in Perth, Western Australia, in city centre, Northbridge, which used to be the hot party spot, but now it has died a little bit. City centre is always named as the biggest trouble because it's center, and that is why. But I want to tell you a bit about which areas I would not live in Perth, what areas to not live in Perth. I don't expect you to sell your house straight away just because you've seen this video. No. I mean the Northbridge is considered as very dodgy, and I still live there, and I've only had two problems ever since I lived here, but they happen to people every day, and there is no reason why I would pack up my stuff and move everything just because somebody tried to snitch my bag. I mean, happened a year ago, I moved on, and I'm well and alive and lived here for nearly 3 years, and yeah. I want to tell you what areas I would not go for. This would not be my number one area that I would live in, but it's very convenient. I have a mild disability, which is not very serious, but I needed to be close to public transport, so you do want to look into those things. I think mostly when people wanna move into an area, they look that they're close to their work, close to their family, some kind of social life. They don't want to change their whole life because they're moving a house. But some areas in Perth have struck as very bad and very dangerous. They change over years. Before it used to be Armadale and Kelmscott, but I can tell you they have changed this year. Things change with crime rates, break-ins into houses, people getting attacked in streets. Things change a lot. So sometimes things can happen in one area for a period of time and then it stops. But this year, Maddington area, I'm hoping that people would rent for a while before they buy a house. But Maddington area has had a problem with street kids, they're not necessarily street kids, attacking people in daylight on bikes and running off, smashing cars, smashing windows of homes, doing all sorts of things, and police were doing nothing about it. So what people did in the Maddington area, Maddington is east of Perth, between Perth and Armadale, closer to Armadale, and it's a small area but has a lot of disadvantage than no working people. There are people who work there also, and yeah, basically this year Maddington is a no-no, and so one of my friends live there. They have bought a house, but yeah, people just hope that this will finish at some stage and that Maddington won't be a nightmare forever. But what people have done is started videoing it when those street crimes happen, and posting it to Today Tonight. So that is where I came up with this story. And then the police had to start acting up on it, because today tonight is kind of like a threat to the police. If you've ignored this issue, we have to get on top of it. Yes, Medington looks very dodgy. I would not like to be on that train station either. So now let's move on to another area which has gotten a lot of bad crime rate. And people sleep during the day. Can you imagine that it's not safe to sleep at night? You have to sleep during the day. I come from a war-torn country, and we have slept during the night there. I mean in Bertram. Bertram is down south, closer to Kwinana. I will spell out all of these areas for people who are moving into Perth. If they see this video, we have to be a bit more careful. Like I said, I don't expect people to sell their houses straight away. I have parents who live in Bertram as well because it was cheap. Guys, there is a reason why things are cheap. People in Bertram have complained to Channel 7 News that they sleep during the day because it's not safe at night and they have to sleep with baseball bats. Seriously. They have to sleep with baseball bats because they're not feeling safe during the night to sleep, so they have to protect their properties during the night. And the story came up as the unsafest area in Perth, so I was like, I can do a video about that. So guys, let me know what you think about Perth suburbs, what you think is the worst, what used to be the worst, and where you wouldn't want to live. You can comment below and thumbs up this video if you get something out of it and if you enjoy it. And you can always subscribe to the channel, Bonnie Ferdanovic. And I have one more area to tell you. It's Mandurah. I would not have a business in Mandurah. Well, I would not have a business at this stage anyhow, because they're all closing down and everything is gone online. We're losing touch with buying things in shops. People are getting Uber Eats because they don't want to sit in a restaurant and have dinner. Remember when we used to go out for dinners with our families? Yes, anyway. Not relevant to this video, maybe it is. But Mandurah has had, one business has had three times it was broken into, and they have a very expensive clothing store. They had to close down. Mandurah has a posh part to it, but it also has a bogan nightclub to it. I go there sometimes for the day. I see a bit of zombies there sometimes going the streets like this. It is kind of like a touristy area a little bit, and it's nice coastal, but it's close to Rockingham, and sometimes the travel from Rockingham gets to Mandurah. And it's a small place where there isn't a lot of opportunities to work, you know what I'm saying? And crime happens there a lot. People are getting things stolen. People are just shown on TV in Mandurah where they grab something from the store and they don't pay. I'm not encouraging you to steal, but it looks like people in Mandurah, they can just go to the shop and flipping not pay for things. I don't know how it happens. Not used to be like that where I live. But I live in a secure building on a higher floor, so I'm safe. But imagine living in a place like that where you just want to pay because you're a decent person, but then there's some people, a lot of people who just go to the store, take a chocolate bar, off they go. And if Mandurah crime was ignored, now it's been patrolled by the police all the time, and you would think it's a good place to retire, but thugs do target old, elderly and people with disabilities down there because they can't defend themselves. So no to Mandurah, no to Bertram, and no to Medington. Kelmscott has always been the top murder place. Nothing new about that. And yes, thumbs up this video, let me know if you agree, disagree, whatever. And I'll see you in my next video, and ciao Bella, sorry about the background noise, bye!